Since the dawn of time, people have wondered, what is up there in space? How far is the moon from us? What is on the moon? Well, in 1957, two countries took a race to figure out what it's like to see it. World War II just ended, with over 80 million deaths at hand. But the wars weren't over. The Cold War eventually began. There were two countries, the United States and Soviet Russia. While the war was going on, they both wanted to see what was up there in space. They both wanted to see who could get to the moon first, but mostly for bragging rights.
I bet I can get up there faster than you can.
Oh, really?
Really?
Psh, don't flatter yourself.
Is that a challenge?
You challenged me.
The US obviously wanted to get up there before the Soviets. However, NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, began working right away. NASA wanted to see what was up there first, releasing Sputnik in October 4th, 1957. The Soviets won, but the Americans didn't give up just yet, as they then released the Explorer 1 shortly afterwards.
Ha! We're doing so much better than you at this race.
Don't flatter yourself.
The Americans then requested a new leg in the race, stating they want to get the first man in space. The USSR agreed, but they sadly won again, with the usage of the Vostok 1, which launched on April 12, 1961. The Americans were furious and didn't want to lose this quickly. John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, made a new part of the race, where he wanted to see who could put the first man on the moon. And so, the Apollo Moon Project began.
There's no way you could catch up at this rate. Just stop.
No, never!
While the US was building the Apollo 11, the Gemini program was going on at the same time, building the Gemini spacecraft, and making the Apollo be able to run better. Eventually, on July 16, 1969, the Apollo 11 launched. In it were Buzz Aldrin, Michael Collins, and most importantly, Neil Armstrong. After 3 days of waiting and waiting, the Apollo finally landed on the moon. Neil Armstrong got off, took the US flag, placed it on the moon, and said his most famous words.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What? No, you were doing so well.
Eventually, the US and USSR forgot about the whole space race thing, befriended each other, kinda, and the space race was finally over. Good game.
Fine.